Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyerboxingnews.com. Let's talk about boxing. A tweeter on Twitter, Boxing Pick Guru, sent me a great article from change.org on champion Ricky Burns, allegedly being owed money by a promoter. Now, suffice it to say, and I'm not here to say that the debt is true or false. I'll leave that up to you. If you look at the petition right now for Ricky Burns, that's on change.org. But suffice it to say that there is a fact disclosed in the article that's an eye-opener. Right now, you've heard me here online talk about the fact that, in my opinion, there's no money in boxing. That only a very few elite fighters, right, fill in the blank, Vladimir Klitschko, Floyd Mayweather, etc., are making significant money, right? Very few are making seven figures. Well, here we have Ricky Burns, a reigning champion. And in the article, it points out that even today, Ricky Burns works part-time as a salesperson in a sports shop to make ends meet. Well, let me go one step further. Alex Lippe, who right now, after a long career spanning several years, is about to challenge Vladimir Klitschko for the heavyweight title. It's important to know that it's only recently that Lippe, who drives a delivery truck for a living, was able to move on from that job to train full-time. Think about it. This is a guy who, while a contender in a glamour division, the heavyweight division, was actually juggling a day job as a delivery truck driver with his boxing career. Now that's the real story in boxing. No doubt the big names on pay-per-view events and on these pay channels, right? Box Nation, HBO, Showtime, are able to make a lot of money. But just understand that for most fighters, simply qualifying for a home mortgage is a challenge because boxing's an event-based business. And I'm just here to tell you that a lot of the guys on the undercards of even the high-profile events that as boxing fans we gravitate to are barely earning enough to feed their families. Think about the expenses too. The fighter's cut might sound like a lot, but by the time he has paid sparring partners, cut men, trainers, etc., nutritionists, that fighter, quite frankly, is lucky if he's able to become rich. Many don't. Many get questionable advice. Many end up with tax problems. I'm not going to name any names, but what I want you to do is to just Google tax problems in boxers. Some of the biggest names in the sport's history will pop up. So this isn't pro soccer in the UK or Europe. This isn't pro baseball. This isn't pro basketball. This isn't pro football. Very few of these guys are making seven figures. Alex Lippe is going to make $1.5 million for fighting Vladimir Klitschko. Understand, he would not be in line to make even that pot at the end of the rainbow had he lost to Dennis Boystoff in a fight in which he was an underdog. Also think about it in terms of rich fighters having advantages, right? Lipe, like many, had to split his time between a day job and his boxing career, right? It's possible that being able to be a full-time boxer might actually lift the level of his game. Contrast that with Ricky Burns, a champion who still, according to some reports, hasn't been paid for some past fights, and who, of course, with the belt, still has to get a day job to financially support his family, right? And understand too, Ricky Burns, simply put, is one of the lucky ones, because many of these fighters never get belts, right? Many of these fighters never make it to Box Nation. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com, and certainly Google Ricky Burns, right? Google Alex Lipe, and understand these guys, one with a belt, one with a belt opportunity, right? Either have day jobs to supplement their income, or have just recently been able to quit their day job to focus on boxing. By the way, Lipe, well into his 30s. He's 34 years old. Think about it. This guy's been fighting for years. It's only recently that he was able to quit his day job. Such is the real sport. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Thanks for stopping by.